what they were doing to people, rules and regulations. It's coming. Martha Stewart sent us a lot of people. Yeah, and I wouldn't play poker. I refuse.
I've spent the past year and a half driving my motorcycle through Latin America, living in each country for a minimum of 6 weeks, from Mexico to Guatemala to El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and now I'm here. This has been one of the most difficult projects I've ever embarked upon, and I really hope you enjoy all this content coming at you now. Welcome back to Generic Expats. Today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to be bringing to the stage a very unique character that has his own business here in the island of Roatan in Honduras. What he's doing here and how he came down here, and get the whole story from him directly. All right, let's head over to his spot. I'm happy to be sitting here next to a very interesting man that has a great story for us to hear and for us to understand a very unique reason for living where we are currently now. So we are currently in what part of the world, senor?
We're sitting in Blue Rock, which is the area on the island of Roatan off the coast of Honduras.
Right in the western part of the Caribbean. And what is your name and where are you from?
Captain Ed Hill, born and raised in Connecticut, lived over 20 years in West Palm Beach, Florida, delivered a yacht down here in 2002. I was kind of looking at the time. I'm a sailor. I fell in love with the island, and that was back in 2002.
Your first trip was 2002. Okay. And how many times did you come back here to visit before you moved here full time?
I stayed here for 90 days originally.
Yeah.
Went back up to the States, wrapped up some things, and came back.
Okay, so right away after the 90 days, you said it's time, right?
Yeah, that was it. I came down here, just this area for many reasons. One, I'm a diver. You know, I'm a boat guy. So this is just an awesome spot, and the weather's some of the nicest in the world. So why wouldn't I move here?
It makes sense, right? So you came down with a catamaran, you said, 20 years ago? What was it?
It was a big sport fishing boat, 50-foot Hatteras.
Do you do a lot of sport fishing here on the island?
No. We have tournaments here on the island. There are sport fishermen here. The island is mostly divers and expats now, expats from around the world. A lot of people from Czechoslovakia, Canadians, Americans, and then a sprinkle of everything else.
I noticed when I drove down here, this is the area where the Czech village is, right?
One of 3 Czech villages, plus there's several Czechs that live all over the island.
Great.
There's a lot of Czechs.
Do you do a lot of water activities? Being that you're right here on the waterfront, are there areas really close to jump in the water and go snorkeling and diving?
Here, yeah. But it's still far enough away from the tourists. For now, for me.
You definitely have a very nice little secluded area where if people want to come out and you have enough space to have a nice big party, you can have a big party. If not, you can have your space, right?
Yeah. We have large groups quite often.
Let's talk a little bit about your bar that we are looking at now. What is the name of this business?
This is the Hole in the Wall.
Hole in the Wall. Did you come up with this name?
No, I did not. Oddly, though, I grew up, my family, we owned the Hole in the Wall in Connecticut that was just a railroad tunnel. It went underneath the railroad tracks to beach property that we owned, and we owned property on both sides. We just used it for a big parking lot. I have no idea what's there nowadays. It's been so long. But so I started out at the hole in the wall. I guess I'll finish up at the hole in the wall. No, a gentleman from Connecticut came here a few years before me and started a little bar restaurant over here. And this was always my spot when I was getting away from whatever I was doing to sail in and chill out for a couple days. I just always liked this spot. It's kind of magical.
So was this the exact location that your friend had before?
Almost. It was over that way a little bit, and it was on the shore.
Oh, it's on the shore. It's not. It wasn't a floating restaurant like that.
Well, it was, but it was right up against the shore.
Ah, okay, yeah. So was that your inspiration to opening this here?
Different people had done different things out here, and they had stuck posts out here and opened up and closed a couple times. And a friend of mine, Erica, she decided she wanted to open it, and I said, well, I've been in the business for a while. I said, we can do this. And here we are. It's like about 8 years I've been sitting right here.
This exact location and the format right now is 8 years old now?
Yeah, about that.
Okay. And before that, you said it was a bunch of different little posts before that?
Yeah, it was just rotted to nothing back into the ocean. It was kind of gone, but we kind of got grandfathered in enough so for paying back bills and taxes and yada, 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 yada. The city let us do this.
Ah, okay. So there were some issues going on with the previous spots here?
Whatever went on here.
Yeah, you took care of that, then you established yourself here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was about 8 years ago.
That was about 8 years ago. Well, it's looking great. You definitely have a lot of character in this business. I really enjoy seeing all the things you put into it. You put your own style into it. Let's talk a little bit about your customers, the people that come out here. Who are they mainly that visit you and come to your bar? It's a bar restaurant, right?
Yeah, mostly we're a restaurant.
Oh, mostly, okay.
Yeah. Well, we get guys that paddle up in their cayucas to get a cold beer, and we get billionaires that park their jet copters
Really?
right down in that field. And big yachts that pull in.
You get them all.
I get everybody.
Yeah. Okay, that's quite the variety of people. That's really cool. And you said it's mostly a restaurant. So what kind of food do you serve?
Seafood, French seafood. Shrimp, lobster, fish. Seafood's our thing. I mean, Martha Stewart sent us a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, she does it, or did. I don't know if she still does it, but the people are still coming.
How did that happen?
I'm not really sure. I think Martha, she's like a marketing genius.
Right.
She sends people around to areas that the cruise ships go to. They do little videos, kind of like what you're doing now.
Sure.
I think they take it back. They do a little talk. She does a little commercial, like it looks like that she did this trip. and they sell it on a cruise ship.
To make it look like she went, and then.
Kinda, yeah. She doesn't really quite say it. I've seen the
But you're
commercials.
pretty sure, right?
Yeah, they pulled the commercials that I've seen. I haven't seen them for a long
And
time.
that sent a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
It has recently come to my attention that I have not given the proper introduction to tell you why my videos and my information is so useful. You see, I've been traveling since 2013, nearly non-stop. Many of it has been within Asia and Latin America. I spent 5 years in Vietnam. And just 5 years ago, I started my full-time lifestyle as the digital nomad that I am today, where I spent at least 1 month in the following countries: Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador. And in this time, I've been doing everything that I've been bringing to my channel here at Generic Expats. Now what this means is that I've been arranging my own accommodation and tasting the local cuisine, checking out the cost of living, looking for entertainment options, checking to see if these places are dangerous, learning how the weather is, and just the overall well-being of a foreign expat living in each one of these new cities. So Captain Ed, you mentioned that your place here is mainly a restaurant. What are the main dishes that you serve here?
It's fish, shrimp, lobster, conch. Pretty much that's it. We get chicken, we get a little beef, but we're fresh seafood.
What is your most popular dish here? Number one.
Oh, probably shrimp. Shrimp.
Yeah. Do you have a unique way of cooking it?
We cook it. It's either sautéed. We saute it in butter, olive oil, coconut milk, spices.
Is it kind of a local traditional recipe, or is it something that you made?
It's a combination, really.
Fusion.
Yeah, a fusion of U.S., mainland Honduras, and island Roatan mixed together kind of dish. So.
Well, that sounds scrumptious. I'm sure if we were in the middle of high season right now, this restaurant bar would be completely packed full of people eating that exact dish, right? But right now, it's end of October, low season.
Yeah, you never know these days, this time of year.
Sometimes in low season, you can get a big packed restaurant as well, right?
Yesterday we were packed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right in the middle of low season. That's good.
Polish crowd.
Really? Polish?
Yeah.
People from everywhere come, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't play polka. Yeah, I refuse.
You have a particular taste in music, right?
Yeah, particularly odd, probably.
You put your own music here on during the restaurant and bar hours, right?
Yeah, I have the music running.
What type of music do you usually put on?
Oh boy, I'm from old school rock and roll. I love bluegrass. I even like some rap. I've just found some nice music that comes from Mongolia.
Yeah, it was the music you put on when I first came here. It was the Mongolian rock, wasn't it? Rock?
Yeah, the name of the band is The Who.
The Who, yeah.
Yeah, that's
good.
H-U.
And they had a song that was Who. I remember that.
And I like them.
They're great. They're great. Yeah, because I definitely noticed that when I came in here. I'm like, oh, this place is interesting. Lots of unique stuff. And oh, this music, very different. Very different.
You'll hear everything in here.
And another different part, another unique part of your place here is that you have a monkey, right? What is the name of your monkey?
Well, he's a capuchin monkey. We call him Chewy. Chewbacca. He's my little Wookiee. He's about 5 years old. I don't know what to say. He likes some people. He doesn't like some people.
My first day coming here, he didn't seem to like me, but maybe today he seems okay.
You can't tell. Yeah, he's an oddball.
Where did you pick him up?
He was given to me as a little baby. I raised him.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Interesting story, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's been there by your side since he was born, huh?
Yeah, right after he was born. He was glued to my hand and my arm for quite a while when he was tiny. And now, not anymore.
Yep, now, yep.
Yeah, we still play.
Now he has a lot of energy. Right?
Yeah, we still play, but he gets too rough and he beats me up.
Got those big monkey muscles, right?
all 3 pounds of them. Yeah.
Right. I really enjoyed hearing your story here, Captain Ed.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely awesome place you have here. I hope to come back before I leave the island. I'm actually leaving next week to go down towards Nicaragua. If you come down here, come swing by, grab his coconut shrimp, buy a drink. Anything else you want to say to people?
We accept cyber currency here. I'm
yeah.
not a fan of Bitcoin, not at all. But we do accept cyber currency. Okay, and I take all cyber currencies. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. I don't want you to blow your money on that. It's all a scam. Well, not all of it. A couple of them aren't a scam, but I'll let you figure that out.
What are the main types of cryptocurrencies that people pay with here?
Mostly probably Bitcoin. I have some Litecoin, Ethereum, but people that have known me a long time that are into coin, they pay me in an X coin, which XLM, XDC, and XRP. Or XRP is probably the main one.
XRP is the main one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do we get out to this location here?
Google me.
Well, it's hole in the wall on the map, but then how do they?
Yeah, you go to Jonesville, not Jonesville Point. You give us a call or have somebody call when you get down the end of the road if you don't have a phone, and we'll send a boat for you.
Yeah, and it's about a 10-minute boat ride coming out here?
Yeah, about a 5-minute boat ride.
Okay, super close. 5-minute boat ride?
Unless you want to do the mangrove tour, and that takes a little while.
That's actually what I did when I came out here the first time. Is I was on the middle of a mangrove tour, and our mutual friend Jess said, "Hey, let's go stop by Captain Ed's." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go."
Oh yeah.
Drink and food stop.
Go ahead, I got you.
Hello, good morning. All right, well, if you want to come visit Captain Ed out here, take his boat over and come grab a drink and eat some shrimp, all right? Here we got it.